Yeah. So also maybe to move on as a director, because I am aware you have directed so many music that we might not even know all of them. But you as a director, what are the key points you consider? Or what are the key points you can say as a director in your points? I have noted over time being a director, isn't everything I realize any other director or any other person who is viewing this and needs to be a director, aku anajua 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Hata kama ni 1 million.
So the first major directing I did was for a production for the New Jerusalem Sounds. We had a recording for 6 songs. So for the context of this group, I am born AIC. So mi ni AIC damu ile kabisa ile.
Tukikata AIC inatoka.
So I was brought up with choirs. So growing up nilikuwa nasikiza songs za Tanzania hizi choirs akina Neema gospel before anze kucheza all this fancy music. Hizo enzi za tene. So those are the music I grew up with. So like music, most of also my musicality came from choirs, and all the knowledge of music came from choirs. So tulikuwa tuna hiyo kudance, kuimba, nini. So in this choir we usually sang. So it started with we were singing in the studio, putting the song in a flash disc, tunaicheza, tuna dance too, like tuna mime everything. Then it came time tuna program music, tunaweka kwa flash disc, ina play, watu wanaimbana, mic tu mnaimba tuna mic live hivyo but with playback. Then now this was a challenge because kwa tuna try kutoka from that ile manze, you can see what akina Neema gospel are doing nini. I wanted to also do that, make the whole shift. So for that whole shift, of course it came with challenges because number one, it's trying to change the perspective of, by the way, singing with playback, the experience is different with singing with live music. So it was to change the songs, to change the songs, because the songs already have a structure, but zimechezwa in like music ya kitambo. So we try modernize the song and we make it modern and also to stick with the same structure, because the people who are dancing have to follow the structure. So that came with a challenge of, as an MD, think of how you'll change the whole song,
the whole thing,
reproduce the whole,
but still maintain the content.
Maintain the content of the nini. It was a challenge. But we hacked it. Before we did the production, we did a few live events, like two or three live events we played. Now each time tuna play, of course the reception was really amazing. Watu wanaona wa, so people, so a choir can sing with a whole band and everything, it sound poor. So now came the production. Now we had to sit down, rearrange the music. Also now as an MD, what you are trying to consider is, number one, unaona ukifanya production kayo utaki kufunza, like ukisema sasa unaanza kufunza watu, unaweza you are working with timelines,
utachoka hata before ufike hata uanze. True.
So of course kama band, of course I had to bring people who are understanding what I'm saying. So of course I had to call my friends who we have played with together. So as an MD, you need people you already have that chemistry with, you understand each other. Ukiangalia mtu hivi na macho anaelewa, haya shika meja 7 na tu hujamwambia. So you so I had to call friends like that. And also sasa vocals also, hiyo pia had the challenge of changing the vocals also, to try to put all these weird harmonies that blend in together. Also that took a bit of time, but it worked because of course an MD, you need patience, you need You need people you have worked with before because it needs a rapport. As an MD, you also need what else? Of course, you need musical knowledge because pia it's a challenge because ukaa music kama hiyo umewekewa mbele yako we change pia lazima ukwe
at least unaelewa what you want to change. You understand the musicality bit.
Yes, you understand the musicality.
Nikisema tuna change tunaenda huko, nikisema hii ni nini. True.
Alafu ability ya kubebana like kubebana ukiona unapima ukiona another, this is not New Jerusalem but generally unabebana ukiona maybe drama na sleki una given the context uko okay saa drama haya saa tufanye hivi si upige hivi tufanye hivi okay hiyo inakulemea hebu to change basi tuone how we can all change to try to fit because isikae mtu mmoja tunamwaibisha so as an MD ni hiyo kubebana that mtu mmoja ayuko exposed in the whole context of the band. Mtu mmoja ayuko exposed ataka ule anachoma ule amefunga ule anachoma ikainika one solid thing. Kuna swali sijajibu?
Umejibu
okay,
umejibu sana ndio unanileta kwa hiyo kwa swali ya pili.
Yeah.
You told me about you reached out to people who you had already known they can sync into producing the music. And what are those attributes that you looked in them? Because I believe you might have even 20 musicians, but you say for this specific assignment I feel like these 5 will work for me.
Okay.
Maybe how do you come about with a team?
So number one, I think this the general friendship. Kuna tu general friendship ya bedhiwe niwe ni best yangu na kuna there's something about a friendship on a chemistry level that enhances the music when you go play sasa kwa grau because if you guys are friends amuogopi like if you are a friend like utamwambia wewe unachoma hii ni kodi gani unacheza but if ni mtu amjazoeana utakuwa unacheza poa
kupiga macho
basi unaona au msaidii
true believe
so general friendship na feel ina open your space ya kucorrectiana namwambia we hii kodi achana na hii kodi cheza hii ama cheza hii base hivi cheza hivi so na feel general friendship is of course a key factor. Number 2 of course pia if you have played together somewhere again of course you know how this person plays na vile mnaelewana na kaa amjecheza pamoja mtakuja kuwa na nikaa lazima mkuje mpimane like ujue okay huyu mse ako aje before so unaona hiyo inakuja na feelings of anxiety feelings na if those feelings are there of course you will not utakuwa tu amtakuwa na hiyo chemistry itakuwa umekuja hapo ufungi ufanye kazi yako but muende tu home kila mtu so that's point number 2. Point number 3 is kuna of course kuna watu wengine pia unaona point number 3 ni their level of musicianship
how they have grown where they are at. How, as you listen and skill okay
so of course when you see people like that you want them to contribute to whatever project you are doing and that when you see that that aspect to in itself is you want to this person to bring them in also want to grow with them and unataka pia learn from them as much as you are teaching them pia unataka if you are in a space where wendo unafunza kila mtu like utachoka but if nyi wote mnashapeniana na all your musicianship mutajengana na mtakuwa sawa and I think that's a point
in a nutshell.
In a nutshell it is those 3 things.